Hello, welcome in. Happy end of 2025. I am excited that you're here. And this will be a short episode, but I wanted to do a little end of year wrap up of 2025 because I don't know about you, but the end of year brings me into a lot of reflection and looking back at the year that we just went through and then looking forward into what's to come in 2026. And this really helps me be present, actually. This looking back and looking forward allows me to center into the now and really appreciate how far I've come and then just celebrate the person that I am today and know that I'm taking that with me in the days to follow. And so I wanted to share some things that I do at the end of every single year. And I've been doing this process, this ritual, for about 7 years. And it's really served me over the years and given me an anchor point because progress can be hard to notice in the moment. Progress can be something that, unless we put a stake in the ground and say, at this point, we're going to look back at this point and see how far we got from this point, it can be hard as life moves and we are growing. We're never not growing. We're never not learning. We're never not exploring new things. And sometimes all of those moving parts are hard to identify unless we put a stake in it. And so that's kind of how I view this end of year ritual that I do. And so the first thing that I do every year is what I call a year in review and a vision cast. And year in review is where I gather all of the key photos from important moments. It's not always just external moments that I experience, but sometimes they're private moments of growth, exploration, aha moments, just special time throughout the year that brought me joy, peace, learning, sadness. It can be really anything, kind of mile markers, if you will, from the year before. And I put all of those into a collage. So that's my year in review, a picture collage on kind of an 8x10 with all of the different things that have come up over the past year. And then I also do a vision cast. And I guess another way to put this is, a digital vision board. But I don't like calling it a vision board because it means something more to me. It's not just the materialistic piece of it, of like, here's what I want my life to look like. It's a vision cast made up of words, photos that represent feelings, and in essence, the whole thing, and it's also an 8x10, allows me to look at it and get a feeling, get a felt sense, and understand, okay, based on all of this, the words, sometimes there's quotes, sometimes there's personal photos, there's always a picture or two of a tree I took, or trees, a picture of trees that I've taken, or sacred places I've been, to bring forth an embodied feeling of like, yes. And I print that. And I have that on my wall up here. So 2025 vision casting is up there, and that will switch over once the new poster gets here. But it's a personal poster that sits right in front of my desk that I can look at and have a feeling. And it invokes something in me. It inspires something. It reminds me of the person that I'm trying to be. I'm working towards, I'm practicing. We're not always going to be the perfect person or be our, end all be all, like the example of what we want to live our life. That's just not realistic. That's not human, nor is it healthy to think that way. But it's a reminder of what oops. I don't know what just happened. Okay. We're good. My computer is doing things. So it's a reminder of, sorry, there's things happening. Things are opening. I am closing them. A reminder of where I'm going, right? And what I want to do and what I want to focus on in the year upcoming. And so that is really what the vision cast represents. And so I print that and I have it on my wall. The other thing that I do is a ritual around what I call the Radiant Life Framework. And this is something that I put together 7 years ago, and it embodies a few different things. So there's some reflection questions that I take myself through. There is a process for choosing what words are going to be my focus area for the year to come, what quotes or affirmations, and I review my personal values and see what's changed. Oftentimes, there's not a lot that's changed. It's just a matter of reconfirming, recommitting that those are the words that I like to live by, those values and principles. I also have a new section as of this year, my authentic code. So aside from my personal values, what makes up the essence of me? And if you've been around for a while, you know that I have this phrase that, or this word that I coined back in 2011 called your ness. And it's the embodied truth of who you are. That's really the meaning of it. And so that's why everything that you see is called Jessness. So you put Ness on the back of your name and you have your own personal vocab word for your embodied truth. And so this Jessness has an authentic code. My authentic code is innate to me. It's my internal essence. It's my uniqueness. It's what makes me me. And so that authentic code is something that I'm also incorporating and just anchoring into as I grow and learn. Inside the Radiant Life Framework too, I also have questions that help me review the year. So like, where have I grown most? What people have inspired me the most? Where can I lean into more? What do I need more of? What do I need less of? What are the lessons that I've learned over this year? Where have I had fun, joy, celebration? What's been surprising? And just doing kind of a self-reflective process through writing. And oftentimes it's not long paragraphs or anything like that. I just kind of throw it in bullet points and just put it down on paper. The other thing that I like doing in this Radiant Life Framework is including some stats. So over the last 3 years, I started to, once I had my watch, my Apple Watch, I was able to do this, but looking at my fitness over the years, my health. So like my resting heart rate, my walking heart rate, my number of workouts per year, sleep, how long I'm sleeping. What else does it do? So getting all that in there. I also do some stats for writing. So how many days of the year have I written over the years? And so 2024, I wrote 100 days or something, which actually only comes out to being about, I don't know, 20% or so of the total year. So it's really not that much. And that was the year that I published my second book, Thank You for Dumping Me. So it just goes to show how discipline can really result in a big way without taking up your entire year, right? I've published a book in a year that I only wrote 20% of the days of the year. Well, and then it's fun to look back and see, okay, what percentage of writing over the years have I done? And so you can start to, from that stake in the ground, right? And coming 2026, I can look and see, maybe I want to increase that to 30%. What would that look like? What would then, working backwards from that, what would my week need to look like? How many days per week do I need to write? I have a basic kind of outline for each week. I try to do 3-3-3. 3 days of writing, 3 days of moving my body, 3 days of walking. And that's been a good consistent markers over the last couple of years, just to give me a baseline of what good feels like for me. I know that when I'm writing, moving, and connecting outside with nature, I feel better. I'm a better person. I'm more balanced, more overall healthy, happy. And so 3-3-3 will continue to be, kind of a baseline. But if I wanted to increase that percentage of days writing over the year, I would need to change that, right? I would need to look at that. And these are all things that help me be really, really realistic with what I want to get out of my life in the year to come. And it also allows me to be super intentional, because when you look back at it and look at how much movement have I done, how much writing, and it doesn't have to be writing or moving for you. It could be anything, right? It could be coloring, it could be calling a friend, it could be sitting at your favorite coffee shop, it could be petting your dog, right? It could be anything, whatever's important to you. But unless you have an idea of how that shows up over the weeks and throughout the year, it makes it hard to make a realistic goal ever, because you don't know what your baseline is. So anyway, you can start at any time, even if you're listening to this episode in June or July. Who cares? Start now, right? There's no rules or right way to do this, and I'm not sharing this to be the right way to like close out your year, but I'm sharing it because I'm passionate about these rituals, and it helps me really just kind of close out and open up for what's to come. The final thing I wanted to share with you that I do at the end of the year is I look at what the Feng Shui animal is for the year to come, and I make a little amulet. I'm going to show you the one that I made for 2025. So 2025 was the year of the wood dragon, and the amulet that I made, and if you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you can see there's a little monkey here. And you always make the amulet charm to be the best friend of whatever the feng shui animal is. And so the wood dragon, the dragon's best friend was the little monkey. So come this year, we've got the year of the snake coming up, and the best friend of the snake is the ram. So I order a little charm. From that, I pick a feng shui color to go with an intention for the year. So this past year, 2025, I picked red for protection and abundance. And then this coming year, I'm actually going to do black for intuition and inner truth. And then it'll have the ram, little, what's it called? Little charm. And then I will pick crystals, different beads, and design them. And I have one in my room, my office. I carry one in my car. I put one in our kitchen, one in our bedroom. Probably overkill. I don't need that many. And then I give one to my husband. So, but it's fun. I like seeing the little charms, little physical reminders around the house. It does something for me. And that's what I'm always looking to do. If I'm trying to focus in a certain area of my life, I look at what triggers, physical triggers, can I put throughout my house to remind me of that, to anchor me in. Oh yeah, like I'm remembering that. Like the vision cast poster, right? Oh yeah, that's what I'm embodying. That's what I'm practicing every day. And so that really helps me. But I would love to hear what works for you. The other big thing, right, that I'm preparing for is to give birth to our baby girl. So we are due any day now. Getting pretty big here. And so she's due in January. So lots to come and lots bubbling up for the next few months. The podcast, as always, will go live twice a month. In January, in January, we're going to be focusing on interviewing, because new year, new you, baby. There's always a lot of new opportunity to move around and find a new job. And companies are typically, looking at staffing and getting their budgets renewed and all of that. So we'll do interviewing. Then we're going to do AI and how to incorporate AI to be a better employee. I'm going to talk about ChatGPT, all of that. Let me look at the list to get this right. Oh yeah. So January interviewing. AI is in Feb. Career advancement will be March. So 2 episodes on career, one being on career cheat codes, and then one being on rating 5 things I've done in my career to help me get to where I am today. And then April, I think I'm going to do a few episodes on just maternity leave, how I'm interacting with being on leave. There's a lot coming up for me around just time and being just interested in how my relation to time will change without working and having a baby. And there's a lot of things coming up around, worthiness and what it means to take time off, and how our society and corporate America relates to maternity leave, and the role that all of that, it's all circulating, it's all percolating here. So I'm going to do a couple episodes on maternity leave and that kind of thing. And so that's what's to come. In the meantime, we've got the career success guides, the hub that you can get into via the link in the show notes. I also want to share, this is the first place I'm sharing this, but I've been secretly working behind the scenes this year on a self-discovery journal. Now, this journal is not just a blank page with, open writing. There is some open pages for you to write and reflect, but it's a journal made up of 30 life experiments across lots of areas of life, and full of principles, teachings, guidance to help you try these life experiments on and connect with your inner voice of wisdom, your ness, your Jessness, your Coriness, your whatever name ness, your own vocab word for your embodied truth. So I believe one of the biggest, superpowers in life that we can have really is to know yourself deeply, to get to know yourself, to have a curiosity for who you be. And through that, you can really discover, wow, this is how I move in the world. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. That self-discovery can open a door for self-trust and self-esteem and building your confidence that allows you to show up authentically in the world. And with that, all of that combined really makes for a great recipe of trusting the unknown. And so I'm really excited to get this book out. It's in review right now on Amazon, so it should be out in the next couple days. I haven't decided how I'm going to announce this, but you're first in. I'm announcing it here. So best of luck closing out 2025. I would love to hear if you have any end of year rituals for yourself, so you can write in via LinkedIn or on Instagram at Hello Jessness. And I'll see you in the new year. And we'll kick off January with some interview tips, strategies, move into AI and Feb, March, career advancement, and then April, maternity leave insights. Okay, best of luck and happy end of 2025 to you, friend.